Good morning, students. In our previous video of computer, we have started our chapter 3rd, algorithm and flowchart, in which we have discussed about what is computer, what is the task of computer, what is data, what is information, what is processing. These things we have discussed. Today onwards, we are going to discuss about program and algorithm. Let us see program first. A program is written and executed in different steps. Line says a program is written and executed in different steps. It means whatever instruction which we are going to give to the computer, that instruction are written in various steps. Each stage is written in order of sequence, which can be broadly identified as algorithm, flowchart and coding. These are the steps, different steps, which is being followed for writing a good program. Like the first is, before writing a program, why do we write program? To solve a problem. For solving a problem, the very first step will be identification of the problem. First of all, we have to identify that what the problem is. For what problem we are going to write the instruction. The first point will be identification of problem. Second, we have to write a paperwork, that means an algorithm we have to write, algorithm related to that problem. Then after writing the algorithm, a flow chart is to be drawn, flow chart will be drawn. Then after making of flow chart, coding part, that is programming, should be done. Then after programming is completed, then testing part will be done, and in the testing part we have to test the program, that whether the program is being correct or not. For testing, we have to input the data, we have to check the processing, and we have to check the output. These are the steps which should be followed for writing a good program. The very first was identification of problem. First we have to identify what problem is, related to what problem we are going to write the instruction. The second point we have to do, we have to write the algorithm related to that problem. The third point, we have to make flowchart related to that problem. Then after, coding part will be done, that means the programmer will write program in computer language. Then in the next part, testing will be done. Testing will be done in three phases. That first phase will be input, second phase will be process, and the third phase will be output. These steps is also known as software development life cycle, SDLC, software development life cycle you can say, or you can say software development cycle. For developing any software, these pattern of steps are being followed. Now let us start from the very first topic, that is algorithm. Let us see what is algorithm. Its definition says an algorithm is a paperwork. Paperwork means we have to write the algorithm in copy that a programmer plan for the solution of problem before writing the actual program. The definition of algorithm says that algorithm is a paperwork that we have to do in a piece of paper or copy, whatever hard copy which we are using, for the planning for finding the solution of the problem before writing the actual program. The writing part of actual program is being done in coding, and before that paperwork is done, that is algorithm. You can also say that the step-by-step paper plan and procedure for solving a given problem is known as algorithm. This can be the definition. The step-by-step paper plan for solving a problem is known as algorithm. Now, for writing algorithm, a common language is required. It means you can write algorithm in English or Hindi or whatever language you are familiar with. Algorithm are written in ordinary speaking language such as English you can write. You can write in Hindi also. In which language you are comfortable you can write. Algorithm is not a computer code since it is written in ordinary speaking language. That's why we cannot say it a computer code. Algorithm are the instructions which gives clear idea to write the code in a computer language. Algorithm are the step-by-step instruction which gives a clear idea for writing the code in a computer language. Let us see what are the characteristics for writing a proper algorithm. Finite. Each step of algorithm should be clear. If we are writing in our ordinary speaking language, each step of the algorithm should be clear. Unambiguous. The value of input should be defined precisely. Whatever input we are going to provide, that should be defined precisely, and the relevant output should be also clearly stated. It means whatever input we are going to give to the computer and whatever output the computer is going to give us, that should be written clearly. Sequence of execution. Instructions should be executed from top to bottom. That is top bottom approach we have to follow while writing the algorithm. Next is effectiveness. Algorithm should be most effective in every situation. Effective. It should be effective. It means it should work for every situation. Scope definition. The fifth point is scope definition. Algorithm should be written in such a way that it can be applied in different programming language. There are so many programming language, and algorithm should be written in such a way so that that algorithm can be used in any of the programming language. These are the 5 points which should be taken for writing a proper algorithm. Let us see few examples so that you can understand how algorithm is written. Now, there are certain steps which should be followed for writing a proper algorithm. Now, first step is design. The first stage is to identify the problem, as we have studied just now. The first step to identify the problem and thoroughly understand it. Our first task should be to understand whatever the problem which we are going to find the solution. We have to understand that problem. After getting the input, break out the problem into stages to get the desired output. First we have to understand the problem. We have to go through the problem, and then after we have to break it in portion. We have to distribute that problem so that we should reach the output easily. The second point is analyze. The purpose of this step is to determine both the starting and ending point for the solving the problem. Analyzation means we have to determine the starting and ending point for solving the problem, that is input and output. We have to determine both the input and output of the problem. Third is implement. Writing the algorithm is the next step. Implementation means to write the algorithm. Next is experiment. Once the algorithm is written, it should be experimented with different variable. It should be used for different problems to check the correctness of the algorithm. It means this experiment is also can be used as testing. This is the testing of the algorithm. Let us see few algorithm. Here two algorithm is given in your book. The first is, consider the following example to see how algorithms are written. Like an algorithm to print sum of 3 numbers. This is the problem, to find the sum of 3 numbers. Now, for finding the sum of 3 numbers, we have to write the algorithm, and these 3 numbers are given 5, 7 and 13. It means we have to add this number. How we will write the algorithm? The first step, enter the first number. Like here 3 numbers are given. One by one we will enter all these 3 numbers. Enter the first number. Second step, enter the second number. Third step, enter the third number. Then add the three entered number and stored in a variable called sum. After entering the three number, we have to add it. Add the three numbers and store the value of those three numbers, sum of those three numbers in the variable sum. Now in the fifth step, print the value of sum. This is a simple algorithm written for finding the sum of three numbers. One more algorithm is given to calculate the simple interest on a principal amount and rupees. Now for calculating the simple interest, we need three things. Principal is required, rate is required, and time is required. We will ask for one by one all the three value. Like first, principal amount, read the principal amount. Second, read the rate of interest. Third, time, read the duration, that means time. PRT, principal, rate and time is being given. Now we have to apply the formula, that is P into R into T by 100. Now that is apply the formula for simple interest, P into R into T by 100. Display the result as simple interest in step 4. Algorithm is whatever step which we are doing, the same step we have to write in our copy or paper, that is called algorithm. One more is given, that you read it by your own. In this video up to here I am teaching. In the next video we will start the flowchart. I hope that algorithm is clear to you all, and few algorithm you should write. I am giving you a homework to write an algorithm. Write an algorithm to prepare tea, चाय बनाना, to prepare tea. Write an algorithm to find percentage of your marks in final exam. These two algorithms you have to prepare by your own, and next video we will see the flowchart.